Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Getting a little bit of work done on the first gen tonight. We've been having an issue with the brake lights. As you can see, I have tore everything out of there, and also in the beginning, I hope you enjoyed that just a little bit. We have picked up something just a little bit new. Now I know a lot of the channels have them, but it's something that I've wanted for a long time. I just think it's a cool concept. I just never really bit the bullet and bought one, but what I picked up was one of the DJI. This is the Mini Mavic. It's just a standard first generation, I guess you would call it. You can see I've already been just a little bit too high inside the house on the ceiling there. So yeah, this is something I've wanted for a while. Something I'm going to try to enjoy. But as you saw from the one clip there, I come from an era where you're driving RC trucks, so you're constantly got to watch them, and I constantly want to go like this and see where the drone's at, but you don't need to do that with the drone. All I gotta do is watch the screen on my phone and make sure I don't run into something. But I've flown it about 3 or 4 times. I picked it up just before Christmas there, and they were having a sale at Walmart actually, and I've flown it just 3 or 4 times, so not quite used to the concept of watching my phone and not watching a drone. But anyway, going to be doing some drone footage. I've saw it in other videos. I've enjoyed myself watching it in the other videos, so I wanted to incorporate it in mine. I hope it's okay with you guys, but yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool concept. Anyway, moving on. Oh, one other thing I want to show you. I am doing something in the house. I don't know if any of you guys have saw this before, but we went to Mansfield, Ohio on Saturday and picked up a piece of black walnut. This piece was actually, if you take this, turn it over and put it right here, or no, I'm sorry, just move it over. It's kind of how, yeah, I gotta think. Anyway, this was one whole log, and then I had them cut that or rip it there, and then I had them flush or square one side off. Anyway, I'm gonna make a river pour bar out of this black walnut, and then I also picked up this small piece right here. I still have to rip this, but it's only 1 inch thick, so I figured I can take care of it myself as far as ripping it with one of my saws. And I'm gonna get my feet wet doing some epoxy pours. Just something I thought would look kind of fun. I think it's neat when it's done, so it's something I wanted to try. If you guys would like to see that, put a comment below, and I'll certainly I'm more than happy add a video in of doing the river pour. You can see for the most part that's almost ready. I got to do just a little bit more trimming. Get the chalk off there. For the most part, that is almost ready to go. Not a little piece that needs just a little bit more work before I can get there. But anyway, moving on to the taillights. Been having an issue, and I'm pretty sure it was in this jacked up trailer plug wiring. They was all spliced in. Some of it it was a mess. So having an issue blowing a fuse every once in a while. So believe it or not, the fuses are separate for the taillights and turn signals. But I mean, you can see what kind of a mess we got going on there. They have that one siliconed in. Everything's all rusted up. It's just really a mess. So we're going to go ahead, swap everything out, change everything. I don't have a diagram, so I went through just a standard test light and figured out what all the wires are right here, and just did like the BLK, the YEL, just my own abbreviation, I guess, the running, turn, ground, backup. And then I showed you guys last week, we did pick up some goodies from LMC. We got all new sockets, all new hardware, screws, the retainers, the little clips, and then also we have tail lights too. So went with a black ringed tail light instead of a chrome. So I think those will look pretty good. That's the passenger, the passenger side there. So I know I'm putting them in kind of a crappy bed, but people got to be able to see us. One other thing that I had to do also with this is I had to mark which one, because on LMC's cheap Taiwan sockets here, it didn't tell which was turn and which was tail, and there is a difference as far as the elements on the bulb. So and you can only put the bulbs in one way. So I had to go through and figure out which was the turn, brake, and tail. So I put a little piece of tape on the brake, and then we know this one is the just the running lights, and then obviously the white is going to be ground. On this, you know, giving it a little bit more thought, I should have actually just went to the dealer and bought plugs, or bought all new pigtails to go from that plug that right there on each side of the frame to the actual socket itself, and I wouldn't have had a splice in there. But needless to say, we're doing it this way. On as far as trailering, I do have to pull a trailer with this truck, so I purchased from Kurt Hitch Products. They have actual inline spacers. It's like a T, so basically this will unplug from the truck side. You plug your T in there, and then this plugs back in, and then it has your pigtail on both sides. And then it has the pigtail that goes down for your trailer. So I'll show you guys that, but unfortunately it is still in the route. So I wanted to get this job done because I need to park the blue truck and do just a couple of things to it. And I need first engine drive. So enough rambling. Let's fix the issue. But I mean, everything's pretty much taken care of. All we got to do is put it back together. One thing that I would like to mention before we start off, I am going to use butt connectors because these wires aren't quite clean enough to be able to do any soldering. So I'm just going to use a standard butt connector with a heat shrink on it and call it a day. The way I figured out, one last thing, figured out which wire was which, I used the battery on my mower and then touched the white to the ground and then black to positive and figured out which wire was which. So we can go ahead and get these buttoned up, everything in the truck, and see. Alrighty, that's pretty much all done. That's what I wanted to do. I just got to go plug it into the truck. I already have an 1157 in there that I was doing my testing with. I need to put an 1156 in here. That's just a single element bulb for the reverse lights. And this side is completely done. I like using these style of shrink tube connectors for one reason. You got to make sure and find the right ones. If you can see on that side right there, there is adhesive in there also, and it acts as a sealing aid. Just as long as you don't pinch too hard and break this surface out here, these butt connectors with the shrink tube on them are really nice, especially if you're doing a 2-wire connection like I did there, because it seals around and in between the 2 wires. And it makes for a nice tight seal. So you guys, when you're looking for these butt connectors, make sure and try and look for the ones with the adhesive in them. Go ahead and get this one done, and then get ready to install everything back in the truck. All right, I got both sides all spliced back together. Got that side done over there. I'm gonna go under here and show you what I was talking about. You can see right here, this is where it gets plugged in, and it's like that on both sides. You see, this is the passenger side here, and then this is the license plate lights that go up and go there to illuminate your license plate, and then there's the passenger side plug. And then what that does is fishes through the bed up through there, and one of the holes goes up through here. Like so. Comes back around and it gets plugged in just like so. If I can do this one-handed, just like that. And then there's a hole up here on the frame, and then that's where everything's held at. When I get the new trailer plugs, when I get the new trailer plug comes in, I'll unplug that again like I said. It'll get plugged in this side, then the taillights will plug back in on both sides, and then wire will come back around, and I'll have a new plug for a 7-pin there also. For the time being, that's just going to stay like that. So we'll go back up top, get everything hooked up, put in the light bulbs in their sockets, and put the taillight in place. All right, like I said, I got new clips and new screws. I'll have to look back at the description because I'm pretty sure that these were supposed to be like a chrome plated Torx head. And as you can see, this is just a Rust Tomorrow cheap Phillips head zinc that I think I paid like 89 cents a piece for, something like that, from LMC Truck. So I'm definitely gonna look back at my bill and make sure I got the right thing. Anyway, these clips are pretty easy. They just slide right over the hole, just like so. Take the corresponding bulb, put it in each socket, pretty easy. Pretty tight since they're new. Make sure all the holes line up and put your screws in. Alright, as you can see, everything's working pretty good. Got the new taillights put in place. Brake, turn. The only thing that's just not working is the reverse lights, I noticed. So, gonna have to see where the issue lies at. Whether it's something up on the column, wherever on the rooster comb, someplace it's not telling the reverse lights to come on. So we're gonna have to look at that. I did check the fuse in there. It's not an issue with the fuse. So someplace, like I said, the reverse lights are not working. So pretty much all I have. Like I said, if you guys want to see some epoxy pour, some resin pour, river table, however, yes, all of that jazz. Hit me up in the comment section, let me know, and I will be glad to do some videos on that. I'm pretty excited to be able to do that, to add another part or another element to the addition that we're doing. Yeah, super stoked about that. Anyway, other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I have. If you don't mind, smash that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.